Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're going to be looking at a recap of MCC Season 3. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here. Not too much, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Before that, if you didn't already see, there is an MCC 35 watch party posted on this channel by me, made by Sandwich Lord and Kalen. Shout out to the both of them. I was not available to watch MCC last weekend because my sleep schedule is doomed. So they filled in for me, thankfully, and they did a great job. So if you haven't already watched this, go watch this. It's actually really fun to watch. Spoiler alert, by the way, for anyone who hasn't watched MCC 35, this is your spoiler warning right now. We're going to be looking at who won. So, okay, here we go. This was the result winning team, Pink Team, MCC 35 winners, Pink Presents, Wally Bear, Shelby, Grace, Hannah XX Rose, and Dave. Very fun team to win. Was it predictable? Maybe a little bit, because it does have 3 insanely cracked Minecraft players on it, and the GOAT, Shovel. I love Shovel, great player. Anyways, yeah, so today we're gonna be looking at the some of the stats in terms of who won and new players and just activity, whatever, and that's about it. I will also be making MCC Season 4 predictions at some point as a video, probably maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I did a little bit of research for this video. I might do a little bit of research for my predictions as well to see if, the stuff I'm talking about actually makes sense. But everything I'm presenting today is from the MCC Wiki, and that's about it. Alright, starting off, MCC Season 3, 2023 recap. Season 3 was only 1 year, only 2023 was when it was, held. There's 12 total events hosted between March and December, 7 of which were non-canon events, 29 through 35, and 5 non-canon events being Scuffed, Pride 23, Rising 2, Twitch Rivals, and Party. By the way, the lineup of non-canon events is almost perfect. I would personally want to see an Underdogs in there, but that's obviously a lot to ask for. That is a great selection of non-canons, and I hope they continue hosting non-canons throughout the next season, and maybe if there's a lot of seasons to follow, those as well. There is 10 or 11 new canon winners in Season 3. Shane, if you count Underdogs as a win, then I guess Shane isn't a new winner. But if you don't count it, because I know some people probably won't because of, how the roster was way different, then I guess Shane could be considered a new winner. Otherwise, it's Shadoon, Ollie Gamers, Captain Gato, all from the same team. Amy and Rambo from the same team. Ponk and Gumi, I think, from the same team. Velvet, and then Hannah and Wally on the same team. So yeah, very fun to see all of them get a win. This is good for a potential All-Stars maybe next year, because I think there hasn't been an All-Stars in 2 years now. So maybe they'll do a All-Stars after 3 years if not having hosted an All-Stars, which I think could work if they really wanted to. There's also been 3 or 9 new non-canon winners depending on what you count. The 3 guaranteed people that count for non-canon winners are Awesome Dude, Elena, and Misty. There's also Ponk and Hannah, who got a canon win after getting a non-canon win in Season 3, but they hadn't won beforehand, so I guess that probably still counts. I'm not really sure how that works. And then the entire Rising team, I don't know if you would count Rising as a non-canon win, or if you would consider that in this bracket of new winners. Obviously, it counts as a non-canon win because they won the event, but, that's why I put it in between brackets. Depending on what you want to count, either there's been 10 and 3 new winners or 11 and 9. Up to you to decide what you want. And there's also 1 new 5-time winner, which is Scott. So glad Scott finally got that as well this season. Here's the disclaimer if you want to read it. Here, not the disclaimer, the little asterisk here, there. Anyways, that's all about the events themselves. Then the games, there's been 0 new games introduced this season, which obviously would have been nice if there was a new game, but I'm sure there's a good reason why there wasn't a new game introduced this season. Hopefully at the beginning of next year, next season, Season 4, 2024, whatever you want to consider it, hopefully we'll see a brand new game enter the roster. I know a lot of people had demands on the Reddit, which I'll also discuss in a future video. Well, not demands, but predictions / what do you want to see for Season 4. And some people are asking for way too much. So I hope maybe 1 new game in the first half of Season 4 would be nice. But we'll see. can't ask for too much, but it would be nice to see something brand new in MCC. And there was also one game revamped, which is Bingo. I kind of, as a revamp, I looked on the wiki and it wasn't like displayed as something like revamped, but it got like a new icon, it got music, they changed how the game works. That's a revamp. So one new game, revamp, whatever you want to call it, Bingo. And then notable moments for this season, ones that I could think of and ones that I saw from doing a bit of research. Shelby missed her first canon event in Season 3. She was one of, I think, 3 people who have been in every event up until early-ish Season 3. The only 2 remaining ones, I think, are Scott and Jordan. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Scott and Jordan have not missed an event yet. Jordan being Captain Sparkles, Scott being Scott's Major. So yeah, we'll see how long they can hold on to their streak for. I think Jordan is very determined to hold on to his streak, and Scott obviously will be guaranteed for every event that he can play in. Next up, Rambo and Amy finally won an event, a canon one as well. I don't think they either of them had won a non-canon either, so it's good that they finally won an event. Nice way to, I guess, send off MCC for them for now, at least. There was also early-ish this season was the first MCC with 0 SBI members, being Tommy, Wilbur, Phil, or Techno. None of them have been in, I think, 2 or 3 of the recent MCCs now. I think it might be 2, actually. Or 3. I don't remember exactly, but this season was the first time that happened. Also, Etho was in this season, which is huge. Like, that was super cool to see Etho join the roster. Then Twitch Rivals happened literally pretty much right after. Not exactly. That might be. There was an event between that. But Twitch Rivals happened not too long after that happened. There was actually the pack as well. I didn't write that in notable moments, but that is a notable moment. Let me do the pack. There you go. Notable moment added. The pack played in, as a team, which was pretty cool. Then Twitch Rivals happened, which was insane. And then, a little side note, Ace Race and Parkour Warrior practice server records were broken multiple times. Ace Race by Ant Venom, and Parkour Warrior by Sandwich Lord and Dream. So, curious to see. And Fruit. I think Fruit also did parkour. I could be wrong. But either way, yeah. Very interesting things happened this season. Very excited to see what will happen next season. Obviously, there's stuff like newcomers to talk about, which we will look at now. This is this is a tier list that you don't really have to pay attention to, of just all MCC players that have ever played. There was 5 brand new players this season, being Shadoon, Capitan Gato, and Ollie Gamers from the same team, and then Wally and Mythical Sausage joining in the same event, but not on the same team. There was 4 people who were new. Actually, okay, there was 7 brand new people. I didn't order this in the right way. 7 brand new people this event, 2 of which were one-time players, being Etho and Beijing Canadian. The other 5 I just mentioned. There was 4 new recurring players from previous non-canon events. Shane, or half-canon, Shane from Underdogs, Michaela from Rising 1, Owen from Rising 1, and Gucky from Pride 23, I think. Then there was 6 people who were brand new to the event from in just non-canons, which I think all of them were from Pride. There's Misty, Lily Pichu, Piso, Ryan Higa, X Chocobars, and Zombie Cleo all played once, and they all joined for the first time in Pride this year. And there was 3 people who came back temporarily, which is the pack minus Mitch, being Jerome, Preston, and Vicstar. Then there's 40 new people from Rising 2, if you count that. They are not on this tier list, but there's 40 new people if you want to count that just from Rising 2. There's a couple potential people that I think have a chance at being in main MCC, maybe sometime Season 4, like the Pink team, and maybe some others as well. I don't remember exactly who was all in Rising 2, but I know the Pink team is a group of people that are often mentioned for potential ads, next to people like Curryway, etc., right? Then I made it here for Toby, or Tubbo, because he didn't, retire, but he said he was gonna not play as much. I think, or he recently said, he sat one out on purpose because he wasn't feeling it. I'm not really sure how frequently Toby will play next year. He literally only missed one event pretty much. So that one is a little uncertain. There is, let's see, 10 people, I think, that are either inactive or became infrequently active, which means that they either didn't really play at all this season or played very few events. That being Blushy, Captain Puffy, Foolish Gamers, G Nelly, Jack Manifold, Pearlescent Moon, Sylvie, Tapple, Tommy Innit, and Wilbur Soot. And then there's 3 people who retired recently, which is Rambo, Phil, and Amy. Retired is in quotations. I don't think any of them will be permanently gone from MCC, but they will be taking a step back, I guess, from actively playing, because all 3 of them were at least people who signed up for every MCC ever, and now they, at least to our knowledge, don't. So we'll see. But this is the stats on new people and people who are not playing as much anymore. It's obviously very unfortunate to see people become less active or just no longer playing in MCC, but it also is inevitable. I mean, I apparently predicted this, which, I mean, I'm not surprised. This makes sense, MCC's been running for so long, and regardless of how good the quality is, because the quality of MCC is very, very high, eventually, too much of the same thing is going to be, something that you're going to lose interest in, even if that same thing is really good. I could probably, use several examples, but there's just no point. Okay, I think everyone will understand what I mean. And that's mostly it. There's 2 Reddit posts that I saw during during my research that I wanted to share. One of them was George Not Found in, I think, MCC 29 or whenever George played. He played from the Bahamas, and this is what it looked like. I would not recommend playing from the Bahamas again, but I guess you could give it a shot if you really wanted to. And then the other one is this one, which was a little confusing when I saw it. The Myth of Consensual Green Vault opening. Ant and Vixella saying, I consent, and then HBub saying, I don't. Is there somebody you forgot to ask? I just was shocked when I saw this post. I hope you enjoy it as much as I don't. Okay, anyways, that's it for the recap for this event. Here's, if you want to read it, you can pause it now. Thank you all for watching. I must say, this is a pretty decent season. I would say compared to Season 2, it was a little bit weaker in terms of how it went. But there was a lot of really notable moments this year that I thought made MCC really stand out, and I thought were really impressive, like Twitch Rivals or like Etho, were super cool moments where I was like, holy crap, how did they do that? I'm very curious to see what will happen for Season 4 and 2024. Hopefully MCC will have a long run still, because I really enjoy the event and I think it's fantastic. But we'll see. And yeah, my predictions for MCC Season 4 will come out probably in this week, sometime in the following days, as this is still Daily December. I think right now it's Daily December day number 11. Tomorrow would be day 12. It would be 12/12 because it's December. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.